Psalm 68, verse 1. Never preached on this before. Let preach on Psalm 68. Had no idea what it said. I do now, though. Verse number 1. Point number 1. May God arise. That's point number 1. We need God to rise up. God is always there, but we need to sometimes, I say this metaphorically, wake Him up. And the best way to wake up God is to praise and worship Him. If you want to be discouraged, join the worship team and watch people in the church not praise Him. Some people sing like chipmunk. If you don't like long worship services, don't go to heaven. Rumor has it those services last forever. And ever. And ever, ever. Amen. So, you want God to arise. How many here need a miracle? Say amen. How many here are getting older? How many here, the older you get, the more healings you need? How many need healing almost every day? How many are getting old enough to have more than one healing a day? How many hurt yourself sleeping at night? What the heaven? That's bed devils fight me that night in the bed. Man, what is going wrong with this body? I can lift weights, not get hurt, and I sleep and get hurt. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, what a powerful name it is. I love that song. That is my favorite worship song. Good choice. Amen. It's a great song. But we need God to arise. Write this down. We have not because we say it. Ask not. Why don't you ask? How many have children that have no problem asking? You're rich. You have checks in the checkbook. We can ask God things. What if He says no? Write this down. It's always a no unless you ask. Why not ask Him? How many have asked for things that are beyond the normal way of people thinking? We ask. God arise. God, I need your help. I need blessings. How many here need blessings? Yeah. There's a song that was popular a couple years ago. I'm glad it's not popular now. Not biblical. I don't want your blessings. I want you. You've heard that song? I can't even sing it. It's a great song. I love the tune. Just don't like the words. They're saying, I don't want your blessings. Great. I want everyone. How many want more blessings? Raise your hand. I'm a little greedy for God's blessings. Right? We don't have it because we don't ask. We want the showers. We need the rain of God, the blessings of God in our life. How many can say that? I've had a heart for a long time to not only rescue orphans, but to rescue women in sex trafficking, which is a major problem all over the United States. And we're going to pray for a long time. Somebody's crying out to God. Doesn't like my sermon already. And we've been praying for land to set up a safe house. And we begin to pray for land down south because I'm tired of the snow. I'm praying for global warming every day. It's not working. I live in Minnesota where the men are men and so are the women. Bring the global warming. Not working. I was in Nebraska and it snowed on May 1st. It's not working. We prayed for 2 years. We looked for land down south, Texas, Florida. And one day God opened up an opportunity to get land in the most southern tip of the United States. You cannot get further south and still be in the 50 states. Only the federal government has the last 2 miles. And there's our property. My partner, who works with Boeing, great first safe house, was at a conference in that state. And a man stood up, and he was a big businessman. He said, the worst sex trafficking in our state is the most southern tip of our state. I went, it's exactly where our property is. In fact, it's so remote, there's not even a road to it. It's a perfect place for a safe house. It was shocking. The land is will cost as much as this land in North Dakota. And you never believe it. And I asked the Lord, why did you give me that land, the most southern property, you can Google it, in the United States, 50 states? He said, because you asked and other people didn't. So write this down. Don't get jealous when other people have rain and you don't. You don't get because you have a need. You get because you ask. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Amen. Why do I want to be selfish? It's okay. God will answer it then. If God thinks it's selfish and going to hurt you, He just won't let it happen. But why not even ask? Let the rains of revival, but also let the rains of God's blessings upon us. They say the average Jewish person makes $100,000 a year. The average Christian of any denomination makes about $50,000 a year. The average born-again, Bible-believing Christian makes about $25,000. Well, why is that? Part of it is our theology. We don't believe that God wants to bless us. How many here love your children? Raise your hand. How many love them the same? How many don't always like them the same? No. How many have grandchildren? Yeah. The reward for not killing your kids. Okay. So, the blessings of God, the bountiful rains. We need to ask. Say ask. Let God arise. So if He blesses someone more than you, maybe they prayed and you didn't. I can't hear you. Let me tell you how to strangle God's blessings. Be jealous of people. Don't be jealous. Be excited. Say excited. Because what God can do for them, God can do for you. Is that not true? In other words, I really give a word for the whole church. 99% of my words are one-on-one. What I saw in your church is more people involved in the worship team. No doubt you 4, 5 do great. But I can't imagine in a church of 75 to 100 people, not one of you played an instrument in high school. I don't believe that. Don't get too convicted. There's some of you that played an instrument, and you ought to be playing it up here. When I can say amen. I can't hear you. I'll just skip that point. I 3 people said I know. Well, I don't want to play. Well, if you don't use it, you lose it. My wife and I are not very musical people. She can't sing. I sing solo. Nobody wants to hear me. And we know music is important. A year ago when I was here, we had 3 instruments. Now in Honduras, we now have over 42 instruments. Bringing 2 more down this month. People are giving me instruments. If you're not going to use it, give it to me. I'll take it to Honduras. Because we believe worship is important. Let me get some in. So write this down. Your worship is your worship. Your worship is your worship. Ask, and you shall receive. Point number 2. I love this next point. May his enemies be scattered. May his foes flee before him. I love this next verse. You can underline this in your Bible if you like to underline. May you blow them away like smoke. I like that one. How many here have ever had some enemies? Raise your hand. If not, go to church more. My worst enemies have been in the church. I love church people, but they don't always like me. Anyway, how many ever had people come against you? How many ever had a bad day? Bad week? Bad year? Bad life? I don't want to sit next to you. Rub off on me. People come against you. Can you imagine somebody not liking Pastor Jeff? Can't. Can you? You don't you? How can you not like Pastor Jeff? And there's probably some people that, believe it or not, are dumb. Everybody likes your wife, but I'm going to talk about you. Everybody likes your wife. Hello. He's such a spiritual man because the Bible says bring all your tithes to the storehouse. Especially if you're from Thailand. Anyway, that's why you delay the service. What's that? Thanks for sharing your heart. I appreciate it. So, for those future itinerant ministries, let me tell you one thing. The number one person you have to trust in the church besides God is the pastor's wife. If you didn't know that, you'll never travel very long. How many know her? Anyways, back to the point. Have you had some enemies? Let me give you a little background. Many of you have known for a long time. You're like my family church here in North Dakota. March 17th, 2016, my wife was at the City of Refuge. How many like to face in one day? FBI, IRS, Child Protection Services, local, state, and federal, and the police all at the same time. Our former lawyer said to my wife, give me that property or I'm going to make your life not good. And my wife says, that's illegal. You're an attorney. You should know we can't do that. We would do it anyway, but it's illegal, and blah, blah, blah. And she's, as a former federal judge, sick the government after us. How many like to face the federal government? She's out there stealing money, they're beating kids, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever been to our place? Our kids are kind of spoiled. They're not kidding. And she's made up these things, and they come in. And they walk up to 2 of our children, like 15 squad cars. They come up to 2 of our kids. Are you being abused here? We're like 6 years old. Si, senor. We're being abused here. Where's this in Spanish? Really? Who's doing it? Elizia and Jonathan are abusing us. Where are those workers? Oh, they're not workers, they're kids, they're mean. That was the worst comment we had of all the people. And after 2 months, we just dropped the investigation. And we had to hire a lawyer, it cost like $42,000. Just more than some people make here. He made so much money, he decided to run for Senate. And he won. He beat out the people that caused all the problems. We funded the campaign against our problem people. Kind of made me mad, so I spend that money. And God says, I can do more than that. And about 2 months ago, I was in Honduras, we were going to the airport, and I wrote my newsletter, God is my provider, Jehovah Jireh. There's a building that will seat about 800 people, so we can have kids' teen revivals and Bible camps. It's one of the biggest Bible camps maybe in Central America. And it needed some money, and a guy texted me and said, God put in my heart to give you $40,000. And I went, that's exactly what we had to pay our attorney. So God said, I know I paid you back. Stop being a baby! Okay. Right. And he turned it all around, but it turned for good. Because then we hired a psychologist, we had a full-time psychologist, social worker, our staff, all of them have bachelor's degrees. They weren't just people we hired because they needed a job. These are professional people. Things are clean, things are forward. They come out every 2 months. And we're raising almost all our own food now. I mean, God's doing great things. We're building like crazy. We're the #1 employer for 20,000 people. We have 85 to 90 employees. We're going forward. Amen. But it was a hard time. However, let God arise and his enemies be scattered. Blow them away like the wind. How many can say hallelujah? Take him out. So Vikings should pray that prayer. Maybe it'll work once. All things are possible to him that believeth. I just don't believe it that much. Amen. I believe in Jesus. Amen. So, have you got an enemy? How many of you have ever had a financial problem? Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered together, there's a financial problem. I got pulled over 3 times in one town in South Dakota. What are the odds of that? I even know the state trooper. Hi, remember me? Yeah, you were here last year. So I go flying over. He lets me go every time, but I think he just misses me. And he's a Christian, so he's not weird. And anyway, but I did go through a stop sign one time, and the police officer said, did you not see the stop sign? Yes, officer. I did. Why did you stop? I said, I just didn't see you. Stop. I saw you. Of course, I would stop, but I didn't see you. Why? I didn't stop. Anyway, I'm not quite perfect. How many here have got some serious problems? How many here actually talk to yourself? How many talk back to yourself? How many argue with yourself? I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I. So good to be back here. I just love this place. I love North Dakota. Only 4 of you do. Okay. So a book on tourism in Nebraska. It was only 1 page. It said, welcome to Colorado. Now I like verse 3. Say verse 3. If you're listening. I love this verse. But may the righteous be glad. So underline that, and if you got your Bible, be glad. And rejoice. Say rejoice. Before God. And be happy. Say happy. And joyful. Say joyful. You kind of get it. You kind of like, am I a slow learner? It was in 4th grade, somebody gave me a math book. I threw it away because I had way too many problems. I love looking at the stars. I was at my house, laying in bed, looking up at the stars, going, wow, what happened to my roof? My father was a roofer. I always looked up to him. And he became an electrician. He kept me current. But the point is, what? Shocking. So you're like, I don't know. I like Pastor Jeff better. Of course you do. I'm trying to make you look good. Pastor Jeff, we're glad you're back. The other guy last week, I forgot about him. I should have stayed home a week. Jokes were horrible, unbelievable. Fuck that guy. I love Pastor Jeff. He's one of the pastors who beat me up in wrestling. So, and he's the scary dude too. Anyway, let's stay focused if we can. Are you a happy person? When you go to work, are you, woo! you love geese. No. Honk if you love geeses. That could be a bumper sticker. You can run for governor. Honk if you love geeses. Man, that's some good stuff right there. I'm such a silly goose. Honk if you love Jesus. Text if you want to meet him. But anyways, don't you like to laugh? Is it okay to laugh? Think of the person you married. Did you marry that person besides you're really good looking? And intelligent? Okay, you're deceived. No. But think of the way you married the person you married. How many of you married a happy person? My wife is hilarious. No, my wife. Somebody asked, how did you marry such a pretty wife? Blind dates. I was born out so ugly, the doctor slapped my mother twice. Bring that kid. So blessed. And my wife, really, I'm serious. I say she's almost perfect. Like she has like almost no flaws, except for being late. She's supposed to come. Yes, she's supposed to come. I gave her 15 minutes of grace and I left her. I'll see you in hundreds. She's a great lady. She's, just by different time zones. 8 o'clock. I should have said 4 in the morning. So you might be ready at 9:30. Okay. But I love her with all my heart. I just had to leave her behind. She misses y'all too. She just couldn't get her done. But anyways, isn't it good to laugh though, amen? I had 2 siblings named Ira and Tate. They bothered me. So why'd you marry the person you married? You annoy me like my little sister. Let's get married and annoy each other for 40 years. Maybe 50 if we're unlucky. One lady came to church. I said, ma'am, you got your ring on the wrong finger. She said, I know, I married the wrong guy. Everybody say joy. Joy. Say joy. Joy. When you go to work, you go, woo! I love my job. Wow! You're a boss, aren't you? Yes, employees. How many you got? 2. They don't like you that much. Can you imagine your employees going, woo! No pressure. How many young people here go to school? Only 3. Okay. You must be in Mississippi. Oh, man, that was really rude. Stop it. I'm in Kentucky. I love Kentucky. A lot of smiles, not a lot of teeth. So, have you heard that before, didn't you? That's why they invented the word toothbrush. One tooth. Anyway. How many young people can't wait to get up in the morning to go to school? Do you go to your teachers and say, I love school? Who's your teacher? Good. Are you happy to be in every class? This is my favorite class. I love English. After they have a heart attack and get raised from the dead. Why can't we have more joy? Now, let me tell you this. If you're grumpy at school or work, just don't tell people you're a Christian. Tell them you're, I don't know, maybe a Jehovah's Witness or something. Don't worry, they're not here. They won't get offended. It's okay to laugh. Actually, there's a survey among Jehovah's Witnesses in the 70s asked them what their favorite rock group was. By far, number 1 was The Doors. Well, that's some good material right there. Somebody ought to be taking notes. Thank you, sir, for laughing. You 2 guys here got 2 smiles. I saw 3 teeth and 5. Awesome, new record. There, full teeth. Oh, those are a lot of teeth, man. Those are really nice white teeth. I want those teeth. I'm going to pull them out. I have a dentist friend. Give me your teeth. Unbelievable. You have a really good teeth look. Sorry, your face is turning really red, too. He's got sunburn. He got sunburn in the church service today. Thank God for that. Anyways, I'm trying to be serious here. Stop it. You're making it worse for me. Say, be glad. Be glad. How many grew up and had relatives that were like, no fun? Guess what we're going to do now? You do hate me. How do you hate me? How long are we going to be there? 2 hours. We're going to die. How many have a relative like that? How many don't want to be one of those relatives? How many like when people actually want to be around you? My wife is awesome. She has an incredible accent. I love her Spanish accent. She said to me one day, I'll be Bob. I said, I'll be Beethoven. Or did I say that? Anyway, and I'm sure Carol just loves your muscles, man. You get some guns on you, dude. Man. Look at that. She doesn't like it. And just crying out together. But wouldn't it be neat to walk in joy and to be happy? Are you happy? No. Next point. We need to be. In the presence of God, there is fullness of, say it. Do you got it? Not just in the church service. Everywhere you go, you should have joy. Amen? People should be asking, why are you so happy? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you about my friend Jesus. Amen? Jesus makes me happy. Does Jesus make you happy? Well, prove it once. Show me your teeth. As the joy of God. There is a joy of God. I'm so sad that so many people are grumpy. How many know what I'm talking about? And negative. You don't have to be negative. We can be positive. I go to the garbage dumps and help people. The people at the garbage dumps are happier than most Americans. They're just happier. Why is that? Write this down. Joy is a choice. Now, I understand there's biological problems. There's people that have chemical imbalances. Sometimes there's a need for medicine. I appreciate that. I understand that. I'm not cutting that down. But you know what? A lot of times, joy is a choice. You can choose to be happy, or you can choose to be grumpy. How many rather be around really happy people? Amen? Are you that type of happy person? Are you so happy it irritates people? Hey, how are you? Oh, great. I thought you died. You're back. Just to irritate me. Go under a rock. Okay, amen. I like that point. Amen. Because you think about it. Why don't people like to come to church? Part of it's no part, but part of it's you don't have a lot of joy. Have you ever been to a church service with no joy? I know there's a time to cry, but not every service. I was raised in a certain denomination. I'm not going to tell you which one. I'm not going to show you through my background. And I had joy when the service was over. I love God. I just didn't like going to his church. It was the most boring time of the week. I used to like 30% now, 35%. I know those prayers. I could be the priest. I know those prayers. We should say it for 9,800 times in a row. It's bored. So when I became a Christian, I thought, God, I just don't want to be bored. Why don't we try something? You don't have to be bored with the Lord. Amen. You can have joy, say amen. You can have a lot of fun, say amen. I can't hear you. So don't be grumpy here. Amen? Amen. Let's have some joy. Let's make it fun. I've had people say to me, I have a problem with your orphanage. Okay, join the club. What's yours? It's too nice. The government came in. They said, this is too nice. This is way too nice. This is they should, no, Honduras don't wrestle, and they don't play volleyball, they don't play basketball, and this is just too nice, and your baptismal tank is way too big. Our baptismal tank is 70 feet long and 40 feet wide. You get sprinkled dunked. If you're a Pentecostal, you can get water slided. Hallelujah. So they were offended by that, and then one lady came up and said, hey, can my nephew work here? Say joy. Joy. Do you have joy? Do your kids like to be around you? Really? Do your grandkids like to be around you? Ah, there you go. See? We should have joy because God is joyful. Let's go on to this point. Hope you got that one. Let's practice that next week. Amen. Let's practice that tomorrow morning. Woo! Get out of bed. Yeah! Okay, just by faith. Verse 4. Sing to God. Sing to praise his name. Now, in Spanish, they have what's called the command form. There's different verb forms for you English people. There is the future tense. There's the past tense. There's the present tense. There's imperfect. I don't know. Those tenses are too difficult. I get tense just thinking about it. And then there is called, in Spanish, not English, the command form. What they do is they change the end of the verb so you'll know if it's just, suggestion versus a command. Now, English has a command form. It's called yelling. How many had a mom or dad that was a yeller? And my mama could yell. Don't raise your hand. Put your hand down. Do you not want to eat for the rest of your life? Do you not want to body slam? Never go on vacation? Never go to Nebraska? You're a cool kid, and I know you. Don't raise your hand. She's right there. Hello. My mama can yell so loud, Helen Keller can hear her. And she had, because I was the command for me. She said all three of my names, and I was going to bend over and take it. I'm going to get whooped. And how many here grew up in a whooping home? I'm getting a whooping. And I got lots of whoopings. I turned out okay. And when I was in junior high, a guy came up to me and said, my daddy can beat up your daddy. I said, really, how much would that cost? Say, sing. So the Bible says sing, say sing. It doesn't say it's an option. It says you're supposed to sing. Now, I like it here in your church and the church I was in earlier today, in that cool town. And they have the words up there. It's hard to sing when you don't know the words. If you know the words, you can sing. I can't hear you. I don't want you, can't make me. No, probably not. But heaven is about worship. Heaven is about singing. You know, people, when I get to heaven, what am I going to do? Well, I know one thing, I'm going to be singing. I need to be worshiping. So if you don't like it, God made another place for you, right? Left south, look to the goats and have a bad eternity. Don't go there. You need to worship. How many have ever been depressed, came to church, and started singing? You felt better. Am I the only person? I started feeling better. How many forgot about all your problems? So you got back in the car and you remembered, oh, that's my problem right there. That's my problem. Right there is my problem. Or right there's my problem. Amen? So, next Sunday when it's time to sing, guess what you're going to do? Sing. Sing. You don't have to wait till next Sunday. Do you sing more than once a week? Do you sing in the shower? I can sing great in the shower. Nobody can hear me. Yeah. See, if you want God's presence, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S, you need His presence, P-R-E-S-E-N-C. You need to worship Him because He inhabits the praises of His people. And in the presence of God, there is fullness of joy. When I see grumpy Christians, unless they have some major problem, somebody died or dying of an illness or some major thing, we can get in the presence of God by worshiping and singing, and then that joy will come. I can say hallelujah. I am believing for your church to have multiple worship teams. You can't tell me in a church this size that there's not people that know how to sing. Guys did a great job. But there should be more up here. So you put your addition onto the church, really. You need a bigger platform, because I'm singing almost like a little symphony. How many can say that? If you're not that good, it's okay. Most church people can't sing good either. My dad was in one of my meetings, and I said, Dad, he was my teacher, actually in 7th grade, my math teacher. He said, Dad, you're my second most favorite teacher. My favorite teacher, actually, in junior high was a dwarf. He said, really? He said, yeah, she taught me shorthand. There's no dwarfs here. Don't get offended by people who aren't here anyways. Next week, I love this part. I really like this part. I didn't even know this was in this verse. Look at verse number 5. A father to the fatherless, a defender of widows. This is who God is. You want to get in God's favor? Write this chapter in the Bible down, Isaiah 58. This is the fast I've chosen. This is the Sabbath. People get on me all the time. You don't take a Sabbath. I said, I do take a Sabbath. I take a Isaiah 58 Sabbath. Then my day off, I choose to feed the poor and help people. And that's my Sabbath. I get energized by helping people. Some get tired by helping. I actually like people. It's kind of weird. My pastor said, I love the ministry. It's the people I don't like. We'll get a job that doesn't like people like, I don't know, maybe the IRS or something. IRS slavery. But God's nature, write this down, is to love the orphans.